Peppa Pig, Sleepy Princess. It's bedtime. What Peppa and George need is a special story to help them fall asleep. It is bedtime, but Peppa is not sleepy.
Can you tell us a story, Daddy?
Of course, says Daddy. As long as you promise to go to sleep straight after.
We promise,
Cries Peppa. Once upon a time, in a castle, begins Daddy Pig, there lived a little princess called the Sleepy Princess.
Was the Sleepy Princess pretty?
Asked Peppa. Yes, replies Daddy Pig. She loved looking at herself in the mirror all day long.
Who else was living in the castle?
Asked Peppa. Well, says Daddy Pig. The others in the castle were the small prince, Queen Mummy, and King Daddy, says Mummy Pig.
Wow!
That's right, says Daddy Pig. And there was a dragon at the castle, continues Daddy Pig.
Dinosaur!
Asked George. Oh yes, it wasn't a dragon, it was a dinosaur, says Daddy Pig. A huge, fierce dinosaur. Roar! Cries George. Oh dear, says Mummy Pig. Maybe the dinosaur wasn't quite that fierce, Daddy Pig. Sorry, George, says Daddy Pig. No, the dinosaur was very gentle. He ate lots of grass.
Daddy,
says Peppa.
why was she called the Sleepy Princess?
I'm coming to that, said Daddy Pig. You see, it was night time. The stars and moon were out, and everyone got very, very sleepy. And the most sleepy of all was the Sleepy Princess. Daddy Pig turned Peppa and George's light out. King Daddy carried the Sleepy Princess to bed in the castle tower, and she fell straight to sleep. Thank you for that story, King Daddy, whispers Mummy Pig. You're welcome, Queen Mummy, whispers Daddy Pig. It seems our little prince and princess enjoyed it too, said Mummy Pig. Peppa and George are fast asleep. The end.
Hi.
Peppa Pig, the fire engine. Mummy Pig is going to the Mummy's fire engine practice. It's just a good excuse for a cup of tea and a chat, says Daddy Pig. I'm meeting with the Daddy's football team and having a barbecue. That's just a lot of grown-up boys kicking a football around, says Mummy Pig.
Mummy, can we see the fire engine?
Asked Peppa.
Right and done,
says George. Yes, Peppa, I'll take you and George, says Mummy Pig.
Hooray!
Mummy Pig drives Peppa and George to Miss Rabbit's fire station. Hello, Peppa and George, says Miss Rabbit. Come and see the fire engine.
There's a ladder for climbing,
says Miss Rabbit, a hose for squirting water,
and a big bell to ring.
Miss Rabbit takes them into the control room to look for fires.
Wow!
Peppa spots a red phone and picks it up.
Peppa, that's the fire phone, says Miss Rabbit. It's only to be used when there's a fire.
Peppa puts the phone down. Suddenly the red phone rings. Miss Rabbit panics. "Fire station! Where's the fire?" says Miss Rabbit. "Can I talk to Mummy Pig, please?" asked Daddy Pig. "It's an emergency. I can't find the tomato ketchup anywhere." Miss Rabbit puts the phone down. "How many fires have you actually put out, Miss Rabbit?" asked Mummy Pig. None," replies Miss Rabbit. "Not one fire, but you've got to be ready." The red phone rings again. "Hello, Daddy Pig," says Miss Rabbit. "This phone is only to be used when there's a..." "Fire!" shouts Daddy Pig. "Oh no!" "Oh dear, Daddy Pig's barbecue is on fire." "Mummy's to the rescue!" says Miss Rabbit. Miss Rabbit slides down the pole to the fire engine. All the mummies slide down the pole. Peppa and George hold tight and slide down the pole too. They all get into the fire engine. Miss Rabbit puts on the siren and drives them to Peppa's house. The fire engine arrives at Peppa's house. "Stand back, daddies!" shouts Miss Rabbit. Mummy Pig and Mummy Sheep hose down the barbecue. The fire is out. Hooray! "Thank you for saving us, Miss Rabbit," says Daddy Pig. "No problem, it's all part of the service," says Miss Rabbit. "The Mummy's fire engine service," says Mummy Pig. "And now that Miss Rabbit has kindly flooded our garden," says Daddy Pig, "we can all jump up and down in muddy puddles." "I love fire engines," says Peppa, "especially when they make muddy puddles." The end. Peppa Pig, the Time Capsule. Peppa and her friends are at playgroup. They are making a time capsule to show people in the future how they live. "We'll put special things in this box and bury it," says Madame Gazelle. "Will it grow?" asks Susie Sheep. "No, Susie, it will remain in the ground for many years," says Madame Gazelle. "Now, children, what things should we put inside?" asks Madame Gazelle. "A comic," says Peppa. "Music," says Susie. "A toy," says Danny Dog. "A carrot," says Rebecca Rabbit. "What do you think the future will be like?" asked Madame Gazelle. "I think the future I will live on the moon," says Peppa, "and all my friends will come to visit." "I will fly a space rocket," adds Danny. The parents come to pick the children up. "Daddy Pig, you're just in time to help us dig a hole," says Madame Gazelle. Hooray! Everyone goes outside to bury the time capsule. Daddy Pig buries the time capsule. "When can we dig it up?" asks Peppa. "It will remain in the ground for many years," says Madame Gazelle. "I can't wait that long," says Peppa impatiently. Madame Gazelle laughs. "You're just like your daddy when he was little. Your parents made a time capsule when they were little too," says Madame Gazelle. "We buried it over here." "I thought it was a much smaller tree," says Daddy Pig. "The tree has grown since then," replies Madame Gazelle. Daddy Pig digs up the old time capsule. When they get back inside, it's time to open the old time capsule. Hooray!
Stand back, children, says Madame Gazelle. Yes, Madame Gazelle, everyone replies. What do we have here? Says Madame Gazelle. An old comic, a tin toy, music, and a very old carrot.
Wow!
That's mine, says Mummy Rabbit. What a good choice, Mummy, says Rebecca. And a videotape of your parents when they were little, says Madame Gazelle. Who's the little piggy in the glasses? Asks Peppa. That's Daddy Pig, replies Mummy Pig. Oh, and that's me. Hello, Victor, says little Daddy Pig. What a squeaky little voice you have, says Peppa, laughing. You're probably living on the moon now, says little Daddy Pig. Silly little Daddy Pig, says Peppa. Making time capsules is lots of fun, but finding them is even better. The end.
Peppa Loves Reading. Peppa and George are in the living room, looking at their books while Mummy and Daddy Pig read. Peppa notices something strange.
Mummy, she says, why are you and Daddy reading the same book?
It's our book club book, replies Mummy Pig.
What's a book club?
Asks Peppa. A book club is where we read the same book as our friends so we can talk all about the story together. We're meeting tonight, says Mummy Pig.
Wow!
Uh-oh, gasps Peppa, looking over at Daddy Pig.
Daddy needs to hurry up, says Peppa, giggling. He still has lots of pages left to read before tonight.
Oh, really? Says Daddy Pig. I thought I was doing quite well. But then he sees that Mummy Pig has nearly finished her book, and he quickly gets back to reading.
George and I love reading, says Peppa. Please can we have a book club with our friends today too?
What a wonderful idea, Peppa, says Mummy Pig. Mummy Pig makes a few calls and invites some of Peppa and George's friends over to talk about the red monkey.
Wow!
Daddy Pig sits down to read with Peppa and George. Peppa begins.
The red monkey...
sounds out Daddy Pig.
That,
Says Peppa.
the red monkey sat on the mat. Ooh, ooh, ha, ha, ha,
Cries George. Wow, says Mummy Pig. What fantastic reading. When Peppa and George's friends arrive, they all talk about how much they enjoyed reading the book.
I liked it when the red monkey sat on the mat,
Says Susie Sheep.
Me too,
Says Peppa. Peppa and her friends help each other sound out the words.
Ooh, ooh, ha, ha.
Shout George and Richard Rabbit. Like little monkeys. Everyone has lots of fun reading together until the doorbell rings.
Who's at the door?
Asked Peppa. It's Mummy and Daddy Pig's friends. Oops, says Daddy Pig. I've been reading The Red Monkey and forgot to read my own book. Let's talk about that instead, says Mr. Bull. I love The Red Monkey. Yay! Cheer Peppa and her friends.
Peppa and George love reading. Everyone loves reading. The end.
Hi kids, did you have fun watching this video? Then like and subscribe for more.